Okay, I think we can start now. And just to set the context for everyone, we have with us Saurabh, and he has been so nice that despite suffering with fever, he has decided to help us out here. So we will try to keep our conversation maybe a little bit short because he's suffering from fever and still is going to answer all your questions. Uh, I will let Saurabh introduce himself in the beginning, and then from there we will start picking up your questions. Please put all your questions in Q&A box. So otherwise, there is a high chance that we'll miss questions written in chat box. So with that, I will ask Saurabh to introduce himself and from what has been his journey from India to Germany.
Hi, really thanks, Ankur, for the session, and I would like to thank everyone who is here in the session. So, just to give a brief about myself, I come from India, and I moved to Germany in September 2019. So it's almost 2 years now, more than 2 years. Before moving here, I had a degree in computer engineering from MDU Rohtak, and from 2015 to 2019, I was working with a advertising technology company, uh, and I was like into sales and marketing division for the company. And in 2019, I decided to like pursue my higher education, and then I explored some options. And IU got my attention to one of the MBA courses, and I enrolled into MBA into international business from IU, and I came here in 2019. And since 2019, I was doing my MBA, and I also worked for a few companies on part-time basis. And in July this year, I finished my MBA, and right now I'm working full-time for a market research company as a sales and customer success manager.
Great, great. Congratulations, Saurabh, for landing up a job so soon. Uh,
Thank you.
I think that is where that is where we'll start our conversation because a
Mhm.
lot of the learners actually want to know more about IU and
Yeah.
how it is perceived in Germany as an educational institute.
Mhm.
And you chose IUBH, so I'm assuming there must have some research, some thought, and how it changed once
Yeah.
you received the university.
Yeah, sure. So IU is just like I would say any other university in Germany. The reason why I selected IU is basically I was looking for a program into international business, and by I just checked the curriculum, and the curriculum was like looking pretty good to me. All the modules that were included in the course were like pretty up to date and as per industry standards. So yeah, I thought of like giving it a try. And the best thing what I like about IU is IU is basically a university of applied sciences, right? So uh, the curriculum in University of Applied Sciences is designed in such a way that it matches what the industry is currently demanding in the market. So you will have uh, all the modules up to date, which is like asked in the market right now as per job scenario. And overall, like I would like to share what was my experience in IU. Uh, so I came here in as I told everyone, 2019 September. So there was like no corona at that time, so everything was like pretty normal. And my first semester was entirely on campus, where I was like going to the university every day, attending physical lectures, meeting all my colleagues who were studying with me, meeting all my professors. So it was like really a good experience. The best thing which I liked about IU initially when I joined is IU offers a good blend between the classroom teaching and practical experience. So, as a part of our curriculum, we were taken to various industrial visits. industrial visits in the form, like we were taken to BMW Motoroid factory, which is here in Berlin, and we were showcased like how motorcycle is assembled and how BMW take orders from customers and assemble motorcycle, how the supply chain logistic works for BMW. So it was like really good. We were also taken to one of the popular beer factories in Berlin, just to showcase like how the complete logistic and supply chain of the beer factory happens. And we were also taken to Bosch Innovation Center, and just to give uh, just to showcase what Bosch is focusing on innovation. And all these industrial visits were like really well uh, blend with the course curriculum. So all these industrial visits were a part of like the course, and like I really, not only me, everyone enjoyed and learned a lot with these industrial visits. My second semester was like online due to COVID. So we all were attending Zoom lectures, and but the best part was, even if we could not go to any industrial visits due to COVID, but we had uh, guest lectures or the industrial talks which were conducted on Zoom. So as a part of that, I we attended a session from one of the senior management from Lufthansa, and that session was how Lufthansa is mm, like what Lufthansa is focusing on sustainability and how they are managing the overall process. So it was like really good experience for me in the IU. Yeah, and it was like good learning curve for me.
Great. So just to add to what you said, I think a lot of people will not know that the parent company of IU is called Career Partner. So the Career Partner is actually into career progress of the student, and they have, that's why, established career center, career services which they provide to all the students who join. As mentioned by Saurabh, there are a lot of industrial visits, a lot of industry interaction which happens because a university stands for helping students in learning what industry requires rather than doing a research or theoretical study. Having said that, now I'll just pick, you can take a little rest. So I'll just answer these questions, which I think are very obvious questions.
Sure.
Minimum percent required in 12th to study in Germany. Tanmay, this question actually has multiple meaning, Tanmay. In case you are looking for our course, which is the IU courses, then in graduation is what the marks are required. 12th marks are not looked at. So if your question is of studying masters in Germany at IU with upGrad, we only look at your masters, the bachelor's marks. We do not look at your marks in the graduation. So I hope that answer. But in case you're looking to go to bachelor's, then you need to talk to, we are not offering bachelor courses here. So you need to discuss with the university which you're targeting, what is their criteria for the class 12 marks. Okay, now I come to the second question, which I see. Hi, Saurabh, how can I avail loan for blocked account without collateral? So you have not written your name. So I'll just answer this question for you. There are courses which are available with us, where you can get unsecured loan. The reason for that is the amount required for the study component in Germany is much lesser than if you would have gone to, let's say, US or Canada. That's why you will be able to get unsecured lending. So even without collateral, you should be able to get a loan from a bank or a financial institution. But for that, you need to have sufficient earnings. Not actually you, because you need to have a co-applicant who needs to have a sufficient earning to secure a loan. This loan is given by all the banks, all the financial, like Avance, Credila, and few more, Incred, will give you loan to study in Germany even without collateral. So that's the answer to your question, anonymous attendee. If you want to ask further question, you can raise another question there. Is it okay? Another question: is IELTS necessary to study in Germany? For the specific course which we are targeting, which is IU Germany courses with upgrad, IELTS is not required, but your medium of instruction in your bachelor's as well as with us, it will be in English. So you need to prove sufficient knowledge of English to clear our portion. That will be sufficient for you to get a visa for Germany and offer letter from Germany. Okay, I have strong technical background but weak financial background. Okay, no chances of getting loan, neither collateral nor non-collateral. Any other alternative you suggest to get amount for blocked account? I believe you wanted to write. Uh, I actually don't know. If you do not have collateral, then you need to have at least good co-applicant. So your co-applicant should be earning sufficient salary for you to be allowed to take a loan. The loan which you require in this case will be somewhere around 14 to 15 lakhs or maybe 20 lakhs, let's say, for a 2 year of course. Then for 20 lakhs, you need to find a good co-applicant who can earn 55 to 60,000 per month. And if your financial background is lesser than that, then there is no alternative as far as I understand. Nivruti Jadhav, is it really worth taking a loan then studying in Germany, and will it really give that much of return on investment? Now, this is a good question, Nivruti. Here I'll ask Saurabh to come. Saurabh, you are in Germany. You can guide us the kind of salaries, let's say an MBA graduate, MBA will earn after completing the course. And
Yeah.
we can take example of two types of candidate, one with zero work experience, not zero, actually less than 2 year work experience, and someone with the 8 to 10 year work experience. What have you seen the kind of salaries with the Germany will offer?
Yeah, so this is a really good question, Ankur, and to like all the learners with whom I connect, I see this that getting a job in Germany is easier than getting a job in India because the uh, sorry, because there are less applicants for a particular job position, and the competition is like low compared to India. I would say once you graduate from or once you do masters from Germany, you can not only target jobs in Germany, but you can target jobs anywhere in EU. And in EU, we have, I guess, 27 or 28 countries, and you could really target jobs in all those 28 countries which are under EU. I'm not sure about if it's 28 or 27, but all the EU nations, you can target jobs there. As far as salaries are concerned, okay, someone mentioned 44 countries are in EU. So yeah, everyone could target like jobs in all the EU countries once they have a degree from Germany. Next, we have a minimum wage in Germany, so everyone is paid accordingly. So there's no uh, there's no like thing that someone is like really working on a low salary and someone is like really working on a high salary. Since we have minimum wages, that really takes care of like overall salary which is offered for all the roles. As far as coming to your question, I would say salary depends on few factors. In case someone has work experience, the salaries will be different. Uh, in case salaries also depend on cities. So in case someone is like looking for a job in Berlin, usually the salaries will be little lower compared to any other big city like Frankfurt, Munich. There the salaries are like a little higher, but the difference is only because there's a difference in the overall uh, overall cost, like overall cost as in the overall living cost. Okay, in Berlin usually you can overall living cost is lower compared to, I would say, Frankfurt or Munich. That's why salaries are little low. Now, if someone has, let's say, zero work experience, or let's say 1 to 3 years of work experience, I would say it can start from 40,000 euros, and it can go up to like 45 or 47 on an average. This can be higher depending on like company. And let's say if someone has experience of like 3 to 5 years, uh, they would not be like applying to entry level jobs. They will like surely look for jobs in like mid level or associate level. So they can like get around 50,000, like somewhere around that. Yeah, but numbers can be higher depending on your skill, your profile, the role what you're applying for. But I would say if someone is like really fresh, or someone is really targeting an entry level job, I can say like 41 to 45,000 is the average that you can
Sure.
expect.
Yeah. Now, let me answer the remaining part of the question, which was the ROI. So,
Yeah.
to understand ROI, I think what Saurabh mentioned is a kind of service. Let's say even if I come to 45,000 or 40,000 for this easier way of calculation, 40,000 euros converted to Indian currency will be close to 33, 34 lakhs. Now, the investment which you are making in your studies will be 1 year of your blocked account, which is 9 lakh, and another 7.5 to 8 lakh of the tuition fees, so 17.5 lakh. 1 year of Indian fees is very low, is 3. So even if I say 20 lakh is what your total investment will be, that assumes there will be no part-time jobs, you are only going to study. So if you spend 20 lakhs, even then you are getting 33 lakh of salary. So on any day, it is 150% return on the investment. But that is the year one. And you continue to work in Germany, you will not be earning 40,000 next year, your salaries will increase. So if you do a multi-year calculation, I think it's a pretty huge return on investment. Given that if you start working in India, even after spending 20 lakhs with an IM, you might not start at 33, 34 lakh of salary. You might be starting at maybe 15 lakh of salary. So if you look at return on investment, and both the places you'll be taking the loan. So if you see a return on investment in an IM versus in IU Germany, you'll find it much better. So that's the answer to you, Nivrutti. If you have any follow-up question, please feel free to ask. What about PhD candidate? Is IELTS necessary for PhD? IELTS is not required only for IU Germany and upGrad program. IELTS is required for anything else in Germany. So do not generalize this statement. If you're going to any other college, they will ask you to give IELTS. So even for PhD, they will ask you to give an IELTS. So I think that answers the question. Kevin Patel, do you help for mechatronics related fields as well? Kevin, we have a course on masters in computer science as well as masters in data science. Both the field you can look at if you have interest in at least data science is the very closest field I can see for a mechatronics engineer to pursue. So that's the answer to your question. Yes, we have courses for that. I want to pursue masters in biotechnology in Germany. What is the total amount required for accommodation as well as education there? Ria, accommodation cost and the overall cost which you have to put to stay in Germany is 10,330 euro. Now, your tuition fees will depend on which college you're going. So I'll not talk about that. But I think what you wanted to ask is also the question which I saw in the people who have signed up for the Zoom session. Saurabh, can you give us the breakup in terms of the monthly cost? So as a Germany, German government mandates that you need to spend 862 euros per month, the kind of money you should have in your account. But what is the living cost? What is the rental? What is the on top of that expenses?
Really, really good question. So I basically divide expenses into 3 parts. The first part is definitely accommodation, which will be around almost 60 to 65% of your overall monthly spending. According to me, the best thing what students can do is they can rent apartment, and they can share the apartment with, let's say, two other people. So in total, like 3 people living in one apartment, and one apartment will cost around 1200 euros, like for 3 people. Per person, it comes out to be 400 euros, or so anywhere between 350 to 450 euros is what a student will be spending for accommodation. Uh, Definitely, it can be lower, because it can be lower in the sense, in case you get a student accommodation. Usually, student accommodations are cheaper and better options. But the thing is, you have to wait for a really long time, because student accommodations are really limited, and there is a huge demand for that. So you have to wait a lot. And definitely it can be higher also, in case you want to live alone in a studio apartment. So it can be higher. And plus, it also depends on the city. As I told, like, cost of living is different in different cities, but anywhere between 350 to 450 euros is a realistic budget that a student will be spent on accommodation. The second big expense is definitely health insurance. And health insurance is something which is mandatory for every international student. Now, health insurance are of like two types in Germany. If you're a student, you can really select between public and private health insurance. A private health insurance will cost around 50 euros per month or lesser. So anywhere between 40 to 50 euros per month. And a public health insurance will cost around 110 euros per month. Like, yeah, both the public and private health insurance have their own advantages and disadvantages. So like, students can really select between the two. Third biggest expense is definitely food. So let's say we have Indian supermarkets everywhere in Germany, and you really get everything what you get in India. So in that case, if you bring the food materials at home, and you prepare on your own, and let's say you eat 2 times from outside, let's say uh, we have like Indian restaurants and other restaurants here, everywhere, I mean, in Germany. So a student will be spending around 150 euros on food. And all the other expenses will be considered as like personal expenses. So like your top three expenses will be accommodation, health insurance, and food. And I think whatever is the mandate from German government, I don't exactly know the number, but it's 800 something euros. You can really manage with that blocked account money.
Great. Thanks a lot for the detailed answer, Saurabh. I think this was what everybody wanted to know. So now everybody understand the cost component. I think that will help them in planning their stay in Germany. Great. Priya, I think your council question is answered. Tanmay, is it true that Germany provides almost free education? Yes, Tanmay, that is completely true. If you can go to public university, and if you have your profile which matches the requirement of public university, the education is almost free. Okay, now coming to the question, how much budget we need to onboard for Germany? Abhijit, this question is answered in detail by Saurabh. So hopefully you would have listened to the answer, and I'm just closing this. How much will be my average cost to live in Germany? Again, this is answered by Rachel. Sorry, by Saurabh. Rachel, hope you listened to that answer. Okay. Ashok Kumar Kuncham wants to know how exams are dealt when we opt 2 semesters online and one for on campus, online exam or paper based. So Ashok, I think let me answer this question. And for the on campus thing, I think Saurabh will be able to add. For the online, I can tell you, when you are talking of online, for every module, there will be a end of module exam, which depending upon the kind of module, it can be a proctored exam, it can be a presentation which you have to upload and deliver, it can be a paper which you have to write. So each module will have its own assessment methodology online, but assume there will be some proctored exams which you have to give. Now, one for the on-campus, in case you go for 2 semesters online and one for campus, the last semester on campus will be thesis only. So you have to submit your thesis and defend it in front of the advisor. Only then you complete your degree. So sort of just to add here from your viewpoint, you would have written the thesis
Yeah.
and defended it. Would you like to
Mhm.
give a little how the thesis defense works in Germany?
Yes, absolutely. So, in Germany, there's a lot of focus on research. So, like Germany is like known for research. So, a lot of focus is being there on research part. So, in every course, you'll find, or let's say, in every uh, degree that you do, masters, bachelors, you will find there's a thesis which is included in the course. Uh, uh, I will say that a thesis is nothing but a research project that every student needs to do in order to complete their degree. And it takes 4 to 6 months. So what you need to do is, let's say if a student is doing, let's say if I have done MBA into international business, I selected a topic which was according to my interest, um, and I did in one of the topic related to brand management. So I just selected a topic, and after selecting the topic, you have to select your supervisors. So you will be working with two of your supervisors from the university who will guide you on every step, like how to write your thesis, in case you want to like take consultation from them regarding anything during writing your thesis. You can discuss with them. So yeah, you have to select a topic, choose supervisors, and then you start writing your thesis. So what you need to do in that is, basically you have to choose a topic, and on top that topic you have to do a detailed research. uh, uh, you have to design hypotheses, you have to do surveys to support your study, you have to take interviews if that's a part of your thesis, and you have to design a 80 to 100 pages report, which will be divided into different sections, like introduction, method. uh, with that method, what results you got. Let's say I have taken surveys for my topic. With those surveys, what result I have got, whether like my research was successful or not. So that is the overall thing that you have to write in the report. And at the end of, once you complete your thesis, you have to submit a report. As I said, it will be a detailed 80 to 100 pages report, and you have to present your complete thesis to the two supervisors, who will grade you on basis of your uh, presentation. So you have to design a presentation, and it's like almost 30-minute session with the two supervisors, and yeah, then you will be graded on basis of your presentation and report.
Great. Thanks a lot for detailed answers, Saurabh. Ashok, I hope your questions are answered. Deepika, how to manage the living expense while studying? So, Deepika, when you go to Germany, you will anyway, before going there, have to block the amount in a German bank account, and that is what you will be using to pay for your living expenses in Germany. You can also do part-time jobs. You are allowed to work up to 20 hours per week, or total, I'll say 120 days, 960 hours per year, and your average wage is around 10 euros. So if you get full-time work, like full 960 hours, if you're able to work, then you make 9600 euros, which also is a take care of a part of your living expenses. So that's the answer, Deepika. Okay, Pratik, difference between TUs and Pratik, TUs are public university. University of Applied Sciences are more towards career-oriented courses, as mentioned by Saurabh in the beginning. So if you are oriented towards research, then go for TU. Otherwise, University of Applied Sciences are the best to get a job and build a career in Germany. I'm going to skip some of these questions before I Um, are part-time job available, Germany, or do we need to learn some new skill for part-time jobs while studying? Sort of just from your experience, you
Mhm,
studied there. What kind of
mhm.
part-time jobs you had done, or
Yeah,
how difficult it was to get it?
yeah. So for me, I started applying for part-time jobs very early. As soon as I landed in Germany, I started applying for part-time jobs. I would say that LinkedIn is the best portal where you will find a lot of part-time jobs. And as soon as I came here, I started applying for working student roles. So in Germany, we have a profile known as working student. So working student is nothing but a student is studying and working at the same time for a company on part-time basis. And most of the companies, I would say like almost 90% of the companies, uh, they hire working student uh, uh, like in their company. Uh, and I did three part-time jobs. I was working with one of the market research company into sales. Uh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're frozen, but we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, Saurabh, you're frozen, but we can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
uh,
now you're fine.
yeah.
Now it's
I
fine.
guess
Yeah,
it was like some internet issue.
sure.
Uh, yeah. So I worked. My first part-time job was with a market research company. I was like working there as a working student in sales and marketing division. Then I worked for TeamViewer. So it's a software company, and I was like working into international sales. And then I also did one internship with logistic company as a market. As I worked there as a marketing intern. Yeah. So I would say if anyone has work experience, let's say they have worked for 1 to 3 years or more years, they could really target part-time jobs according to their past work experience. That's what I did. So I was like working in India for 4 years in sales. So after coming here, like I searched for like part-time jobs in sales. I did not do any jobs like working in uh, restaurants or food delivery job, but students can also do that. But in case you want to work as a working student intern, just start applying early uh, with LinkedIn, or IU will also help in like searching jobs. So we have a job portal where and career and placement cell will send emails with uh, possible job opportunities to every student on regular basis. So in case like if you feel your profile really fits, uh, then you can forward your resume to the career and placement cell of IU, and they will just then take care of the application. Yeah, but in case anyone wants to do working student role, just start applying early. uh, Start searching for job which matches your previous work experience. And explore portals like LinkedIn. We have other two portals, Zinc and Stepstone. Yeah, so use them to search jobs and start applying.
Great. Thanks a lot for answering this. Um, Preeti is asking, I have completed German level A1 looking for MBA program, but I got no work experience. So should I wait for a year and work, or there is an option for online course which I can apply? So Preeti, you have two options today as we discussed. One is to enroll for a master's in international management course, which is equivalent of MBA, but you do not have to have work experience for that. Or you can start studying after doing some work experience of 1 year. You can start studying with us our online MBA. You can do one semester, complete your 2 years, and then go to IU and go and do your MBA. So minimum required work experience to complete your MBA is 2 years, Preeti. So either you can pick up masters in international management, or you can do 1 year of experience and then do 2 semesters online and then go for one semester on campus. So both the option exists. Um, okay, so also how much is it? How much is the average per hour wage? I think I answered that. minimum wage will be around 10 euros per hour. Okay. One of the question which I wanted you to answer, I think there are few websites which have very negative feedback written about IU, like campus is not good, basic facilities are missing, and this is being asked by a gentleman called Ashutosh Panda. So, what was your experience? Did you find anything wrong with the campus?
Okay, so IU has two campuses. One is a Berlin campus, and second one is Bad Honnef campus. So yeah, I studied in Berlin campus for my MBA, and the Bad Honnef campus is like kind of proper campus where there is cafeteria, there is playground, there's hostel facility, and it's a pretty big one. Whereas Berlin campus is, in case like some of the participants have seen the photographs, it looks like IU is in a mall, uh, and which is true. It's in a mall, but we have like dedicated corporate floors which are like assigned for companies, for universities, and for like other corporate. Like other corporates. As far as campus is concerned, like I was pretty satisfied with that. We had like good classrooms, and although the campus was not really big, but I think if someone is like coming in Germany, spending so much money, the main focus will be on the education, right? And if you're getting the right quality of education, I think it's more than enough. And to be honest, like Berlin campus is a decent one. I won't say it's the best one, but it's the decent one where you could really study well. We have like modern classrooms, we have libraries, we have uh, and the campus is like very centrally located in Berlin. So you have accessibility from all the parts of the Berlin, wherever you're living. It's very centrally located, and for me, like I'm like pretty satisfied with the overall campus and the quality of education. Yeah, I know like there are few negative feedbacks, but if you'll ask me, like I am like kind of satisfied.
Thanks a lot for answering this. Let me see what other questions which are. I think, is it worth financial wise completing masters then working for 2 to 3 years Germany and return to India? Does Indian companies consider this and pay you well than normal? I think I'll just answer this question for you. Whoever has asked this question, India has got a lot of German companies. If you know, there are a cluster of companies in Pune, in Gurgaon, which only focus on, which are basically German companies settled in India, and they really value the work experience which you will gain from Germany, as well as your German education. Now that's the finding a job. Now, will they pay you as well as they would have paid you in Germany? I think you need to accept that the pays in India will be much lesser compared to what you can earn in Germany, and that's the difference between euro and Indian rupees. So yes, that's the answer to your question. But your experience and your knowledge of being in Germany will be very helpful to go and get these jobs. Ashok Kumar Kuncham is asking, I have 6 year experience software. If I choose MBA in IT management, will I be treated as a fresher? I don't think so, Ashok. They will be treated as an experienced person, and your experience of software will be very helpful to find a job in Germany. How much do you save with 40K salary? I think someone is really after that. Okay, so how much we can save out of 40,000 euros which we get? Do you have an answer, Saurabh, here? How much? It depends on the person to person. How much do you want to spend? But out of 40,000 salary, I think what they can expect to save in a yearly basis if they are judicious in their expenses.
Yeah, so I would say if someone is getting, and there's also one question which I wanted to address. Someone has written that uh, taxes are like pretty high in Germany. Uh, with that, like having said that, yes, taxes are high, but there are some benefits that there's some reason why you're paying taxes. Okay. The very first benefit is your health insurance is covered in the taxes that you pay after you get a full-time job. Okay, so in case you fall sick or anything, everything will be covered with that health insurance, which is a part of the tax that you're paying. The second advantage of paying high tax is you get unemployment benefits. Let's say you get unemployed for some reason. Government pays you some amount to manage all your expenses. And the third is obviously pension benefits. So in case if for long term, you like contribute to the. Can you hear me, or I'm still bad with my connection?
Now we can hear you better.
Now it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like really sorry. My
No
internet is
worries.
not the best today. Yeah, but yeah. Having said that, let's say it really depends on how much you save, because you can have some personal expenses, and personal expenses can really differ from person to person. Like someone likes to spend on traveling, someone likes to spend on like shopping. So but I would say whatever you get is even after like taxes, whatever you get will be a decent amount to live in any city in Germany, and make your like livelihood. I hope like
Sure.
it you got everyone got some idea with that. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
like really something which I cannot answer, because expenses can get personal like for every person.
Yeah. And the point about higher taxes, I think, is also a little bit misnomer, because if you are paying taxes in India, so let's say if you're earning the salary which I talked about, close to 40 lakhs in India, the tax rate goes up to 38% even in India after including education cess and everything. So even if let's say you're paying an additional 2 to 3% or 41% to German government, the facilities you get in Germany are incomparable with what you pay in India. So I know how big is the tax burden on some of us, and we do not get the flexibility, well, the facilities which a person will get in Germany. So just to clarify that question as well. Um, okay, what level of German? I think this question is relevant. Siddhant Gurnani is asking if he's looking to build a career in Germany. What level of German proficiency he should reach to find a good job in Germany?
Yeah. So it I would say it also depends on what profile he's or he or she is targeting. Or usually for technical roles, or the roles which are like related to technical field, uh, they will companies usually don't ask for like language proficiency. But in case let's say if you're if someone wants to work in sales, someone wants to work in marketing, finance, accounting, then like most of the companies will ask for some proficiency, and it can go up to like uh, from it can go up to like beginners level till like native proficiency. But most of the technical roles, the companies don't really ask for like any German skills. But for other roles, let's say for, as I mentioned, sales and marketing, for finance, accounting, some roles will require uh, German proficiency, and it can be of like it can be up to native level as well. Native level, yeah.
Yeah, I think that answers the question on German language proficiency. So, depending upon the profile which you take, that means does it require public dealing? You have to deal with German, and then you go to B2 level or more, maybe. But in technical courses like data science, cybersecurity, computer science, the German language will not be that required to to really survive. And I have talked to multiple. I think, Saurabh, which level you have reached finally? Are you still at B1, B2 or cross that one?
No, I'm like I'm still learning, and I say like so learning a language is not a day job, so it's a continuous process, I feel. And yeah, I'm still learning. I'm in the very beginner stage, I would say.
Yeah. So you have an answer, I think, in front of you. Saurabh is able to work there, find a job, and
Yeah.
study there without knowing the B2 level of proficiency. So that's answers the question, guys. Um, but when we go direct with IU University, so too less fees charging, but we go with upgrades too much. Why? I think again the question is not very clear to me. If you go to a direct IU University, the fees on campus is going to be as I said, do you have to pay 2 years of fees, which will be close to 18,000 euros plus 2 years of living cost. I don't know why upgrade is costlier to you, because upgrade is charging for year one. We are charging depending upon the courses starting from 2.75 to up to 3.5, and there's zero living cost. And the second year when you go, the fees is 8,788 euros plus the living cost of 10,330 euro. So I don't know what is the question exactly. So I can guarantee you that upgrade will be cheaper to you, affordable to you, and that's the reason why we have this program for you guys. Can we get our parents with us until we finish our studies? Rachel, you will not be able to take your parents or even your spouse if you are going to study only for 1 year in Germany. After you get your job, then you can apply for a family reunion visa. Before that, you cannot take a parent. Does visa rejection from Finland for studies visa due to uncertainty in source of funds impact the student visa for Germany? So answer to your question is, before you go to Germany, you need to block the money in your account. So financial source of fund will not be an issue to get a visa in Germany. So don't worry about that. And German government will not look that as a negative. But again, visa is not only about source of fund, but multiple other things. So once you apply, then only we'll be able to get you a sense whether it's a visa rejection or visa approval. Okay, what is the stayback period in Germany, Tanya? The stayback period is 18 months after you graduate from your college, university in Germany. Okay. Okay, I don't know this question. Is it allowed to work during student colleague? This is a German term. Saurabh, do you know what is student colleague?
Student and colleague. I guess not really sure, but I guess that's a course where students come to learn the language, I guess.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. So maybe like before pursuing any bachelor's or master's course, they come here and they learn German language. And to be honest, like I don't think like they can work, but I really don't know if they can work during student and colleague or like
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Sure. No. Aditya, working with MNC, currently already have around 2 years of work ex. Shall I target autumn 22 intake, as the choices of courses are more at that time for MS in international business from public university? Shall I go in winter 2021? Aditya, I think if you have an option of going to winter 2021, please go. But with us, in case you're opting for IU, we are expecting to send someone only in summer 22. So before that, it's very difficult to get a German visa and go there. Okay, I am Shahrukh. I need to pursue master sports management. So how to start the process and how to go along with that? Can you elaborate? Hi, Shahrukh. In case you're looking for master sports management, please figure out the universities where these courses are provided and accordingly start the process. Neither me nor Saurabh will know much about the sports management. What are the pros and cons of doing MBA in Germany? I think we have already talked about a lot of pros. And the cons, I can only figure out one, which is that in case you're looking for very, very public relation, public interaction profile, then you need to learn the language, which is not exactly a con, it's an additional skill. But sometimes people don't want to work for learning a language, then they find it a con. So hope I have answered your question, Shahrukh, sorry. Saurabh, for a person to lead a decent living and save some money apart from the education loan EMIs, what would be the minimum salary required? Uh, Marlin, my understanding is 40,000 is sufficient for what you are asking for, uh, and a lot of people are living in that salary, 40,000 euro, which is the starting salary of a fresher. Your education loan EMIs will be very, very minimal compared to what you'll be making. So if you take a loan, my understanding with the banks is that your fees, your per year, per month EMI will be somewhere around 50,000. And with 40,000 euros as a salary, that means you are earning close to 3 lakhs per annum, per month, sorry. So 50,000 out of whatever 2.5 to 3 lakhs of salary is very, very low. You can easily afford your education loan EMIs. Okay. My concern is related to ROI. Understood your expression. Can you have a please and no? Aditya, we will be reaching out to you and we can explain you this ROI problem in detail. I have lower grades in my bachelor, 7.34. I want to pursue masters in robotics or automation. I have done several projects in related field. Please tell me, how do I select university? How much the ranking of university matters? Mahendra, I think your question is regarding public university. Unfortunately, neither Saurabh nor I will be able to answer the question because that requires you to go to a counselor and understand which particular university, what are the requirements, how do I get it in there. Your grades are not low nor high. So please reach out to a counselor and understand how can you get into masters in robotics and automation. How important to study German to get a job there? Already answered. Even after applying scholarship, what is the minimum required for blocked account? Blocked account is 10,330 euro per annum. Parinita Das, just to answer your question. Rahul, I have already answered this question, but again, what will be the total cost of the MBA program? So there are two options, Rahul. You can do 1 semester online and 2 semesters on campus in Germany, or you can do 2 semesters online and 1 semester on campus in Germany. Both will lead to 18 months of post-study work visa. In case of first option, you will be spending close to 10 lakh in your IU MBA fees. In case of second option, your fees come down to 7.5 to 8 lakhs. So that is the cost of an MBA program with us of IU MBA. Is it difficult to settle in Germany? I don't know what is the question. Are you looking for PR, I believe? Saurabh, do you want to answer this question on the PR front?
Yeah, so basically getting a PR is a process. So basically a student, someone comes on a student visa. That student visa, once they complete their studies, it will be converted to post-study visa, which is of 18 months. Or in case they get a job, it will be converted to like job visa. Like to get a PR, in case you have some language proficiency of up to B2 level, I guess, or B1, then it's like the process is like faster. And in case you don't have a language proficiency, then you have to wait for like some more time. So basically a student comes, so they have a student visa, then it's converted to job visa. Then job visa can be of like two types: a normal visa and a blue card. And blue card, in case if a person is having a minimum salary which is like there as a blue card eligibility, if a person is getting that much salary, they can apply for a blue card. And once you get a blue card, if you have language proficiency of B1 B2 level, I guess, you can apply for PR in I guess 18 months, if I'm not wrong. I'm not really sure, but in case you don't have a language proficiency, then once you get a blue card in 33 months, you can apply for PR.
Got it.
Yeah, there are some other exceptional cases also, and those like everyone can find on a government website of Germany. So yeah, but this is what I know according to my knowledge.
Okay, so Sahil Bajaj asking, do we allow to work during studies in Germany? I think this I have already answered. Part-time work is allowed 20 hours per week. Minimum wage is 10 euros. Hope this answers your question, Sahil. At now I'm doing B Pharmacy. I want to do Masters Computer Science Germany. At how much it will cost? Pashupati Naveen, to pursue Masters in Computer Science in Germany, you need to have Bachelor's in Computer Science. So that's a restriction. You cannot suddenly change field from computer science, pharmacy to computer science, as far as I understand. But you can pursue something in Master's in Data Science, which is allowed because data science is considered to be a field which anybody can transfer from any other field. So mechanical engineering, mechatronics, B Pharmacy, all are allowed to pursue data science. Okay, hope that is answers question. What level of German certificate should I acquire before leaving India? Is A1 enough or should I aim higher? And what is the pros and cons of getting certificate? Amal, even if you don't get any certification, still it is fine. Many people go without any certification, and the university and everybody will be asking you to pursue German language course once you come on campus and try to reach B2. But as Saurabh mentioned, that also is not mandatory in many cases. Okay, what are the costs which are covered in upgrades program of 20? Sarthak, this is the first year fees, which includes your IMT fees as well as the fees which you'll be paying to IU for the first year, 5 modules which you have to do with them. What is the total cost for MIM program? Total cost in the year 1 is 2.75 lakh. In year 2, you have to spend 8,788 euro as tuition fees and 10,330 euro as your living cost. Hope that answers your question. I think we have already crossed our time. I'll thank Saurabh for making it happen despite being under the weather. He's been very kind to answer all the questions which you guys have asked, and we wish him very good health and get well soon, Saurabh. We look forward to meeting you again sometime.
Sure, definitely. Thank you everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. And whatever questions are not answered, don't worry. One of our counselor will be reaching out to you and will help you answer those questions. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a nice Saturday.